Metaphiles. Metaphiles.
Okay. I'm going to be straight up with the audience of Metaphiles. I'm going to be open and honest and vulnerable with them.
What do you got?
Folks, I am hungover.
Tell them.
For real. We did a episode where we pretended we were hungover and it was a funny joke. This is not a joke to me now. This is real now. I'm hungover. I feel bad.
Mm-hmm. Good.
But I feel good too because I love to podcast and I'm happy that I'm doing it.
Yeah. It's like
no, it's like what? It's like what?
Oh, it's like a shot. It's like one of those IVs that they have in Las Vegas where they pump you full of normal person fluids.
Yes.
So you feel like you're, a functioning person.
I feel like normal person fluids are being pumped into me right now.
That's good. That's good.
And maybe by the end of this episode,
we'll have normal person fluids pumping out of you too.
Yeah, maybe I'll be like a normal person and I'll pump out fluids.
That's what we want to see.
I hope I can pump out fluids for you people by the end of this episode. So many people
take it for granted, pumping out normal person fluids.
Yeah.
But until it stops.
When you no longer are pumping the normal fluids, that's when you're like me right now. And my name is Zach. And this guy's name is Jason. And this is the Metaphiles, and it is the podcast that talks to you. And it talks to you every week.
Every week.
And sometimes people make mistakes. And they drink the night before.
Yeah.
And they have fun. And they don't think about the future. And then you're in the future, and the future's now, and it's podcast time, and we're talking about football this week. And I have to talk about football, and I'm hungover.
Say it hut!
10 hut. Monday nights, but also Sunday nights.
Yeah.
We're going to get into all of it. And it's the podcast where we talk about the we, the world, and the why. And in segment 1, we talk about football and us. Jay, do you like football?
All right, let's huddle up. Yeah, I like football.
That's a whistle. It starts with a whistle, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to get before anything else, I'm going to clean one of these for the sound. For the, what's this thing called again? Beats Me.
The Beats Me.
Yeah. So, okay, here we go. Sorry.
Look, there's no way to beat around the bush with this. I don't give a shit about football at all.
Yeah, you've said.
But I really like that song a lot. I always have.
It's a banger.
I was thinking of playing it on my phone at the top, but I thought we'll probably get in trouble for that. So I'm glad you did it. That way you did it.
Any sounds or songs? No need. I got it right here.
You got it. We just whistle them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna think of a song I want you to whistle, but you talk.
Sure. Well, no, you've just said in the past that football is to start and stop. It's like 5 seconds, and then they stop for 30 seconds before doing the next play. And
that is my big problem with it. And look, here's another thing about this episode is we've talked about this a lot off mic, so we're going to be rehashing things we've said to each other. Because your response to that when I told you was that you like that football is a game that breaks when you're watching it, folks. We're gonna.
Do you ever listen to anything I ever say?
I did listen to it. I don't remember how you said it, but it was a very salient point that made me think differently, but not watch it anymore. That you like that football is a game where you see a play and then you see the play be broken down in real time before the next play occurs. Like the commentators are dissecting what is happening as it's happening.
Yeah.
And that you enjoy that structure.
That is salient.
It is. It made a lot of sense to me. I still don't want that for me.
Sure. And hopefully by the end of this episode, we'll have you pumping out normal person fluids and being salient.
And be a big sports fan.
Oh, and be a big sports fan.
I'm salient right now.
I like, well, I mean, you know, football is like, another like kind of a disclaimer thing here is that we're gonna have a lot of actually watchers, people watching, or people like actually soccer.
Oh yeah,
we're like that.
We're by the way, we're talking about football this episode. We're talking about American football.
Yes, and anything we say about football, there's probably another sport where it's more so in that sport. Congratulations.
Right. Like for example,
Just calm down.
One of the things about football is that you hit a ball with a bat. And some people are going to say that is a different sport. We don't want to hear it. Okay? We don't.
Well, it's a dial.
Huh?
There's an actually dial. It's actually right here on the fact tube.
Oh, no.
There's an actually dial. Here, it's this one.
I'm not going to look.
Well, you just want to get it to where it's like enough actually to where you want to correct clearly wrong statements, like there's a bat involved in the game of football, but you don't want to turn the dial up too much to where you have tea drinking soccer fans say dumb shit.
You resent
being
them.
Ultra pedantic.
You resent them for their enjoyment of tea.
Yeah, you know, I think it kind of goes hand in hand. They're like, I don't drink coffee, I drink tea. I know I'm here in America, but I'm so sophisticated. I can watch soccer.
That guy was really sophisticated.
Yeah. Anyways, point that I was originally going to make is I think football is one of the most complicated sports there is in terms of the amount of rules and amount of strategies.
Yeah.
The just every aspect of it is in like the way to win and become successful is just like so fucking complicated and multifaceted. It's quite mind-boggling, and it lends to the format of stopping and going and analyzing as it happens.
Mm-hmm.
You know, more so than perhaps any other sport.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean someone like you would like that. Obviously, you don't.
I don't. In this moment, I'm wondering, like, would I like it more if they like wore capes? It would dial it up like a tiny little notch, but still no.
It'd be pretty fucking funny if they did, honestly.
Yeah, it would just look fun when they're running and the cape is going behind them and stuff. Yeah, but still not really. I don't know what it is that watching sports has never appealed to me. I just think it's kind of boring. But then I do things that other people would consider to be boring.
Like what?
Play Tetris for several hours.
Uh-huh.
Read comic books.
Okay.
Things of that nature. I want to do this, and this should also have clean. Just needed to get that out of the way.
Yeah, no, that was fun. This is a prop. It's an empty water bottle.
Yep. Label on.
Let's get one of these too. Probably not going to sound like much aside from, but.
Oh, I just got a text, everybody. One of my coworkers does not have COVID.
Ooh.
Didn't know that was even a concern, but we're all good.
Yeah. Things are looking up.
Yes, for him they are. There's another noise we can make with the bottle, but I'm gonna save it.
Ooh, okay.
This, by the way, is purified water, and it says on it "good living."
Yeah.
Drinking water is good for you.
Yeah, good. It says good living. good fucking.
Yeah, good
Strange.
good drinking.
Yeah.
Good drinking water. That's what.
Good living, good fucking good drinking. Pick up a bottle.
GLGFGD.
Mm-hmm. We all know tap water is rife with fluoride, which the government uses to placate us.
That's right.
You know.
And you suck down a big glass of fluoride, and then you watch the game. You watch the big match.
So you're saying that football is a method of government control?
That's right, and I drink tea.
Yeah.
I'm hungover from all the tea I drank.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sure. You got the the DEA, ATF, the CIA, and the NFL.
That's the ones. And
government alphabet agencies.
Yeah.
Which ones should you blame for your current state?
Well, I mean the ATF probably, right?
They should get on their shit.
Drank alcohol.
They fucked up.
And
you slipped through the cracks of the ATF.
Yeah, they were supposed to protect me, and they didn't.
Man. Well, hopefully a politician will come along and use more of our tax dollars to send to them, and you won't get so hungover all the time.
I'd like that, and I'd vote for that man or woman or whoever they are.
Mm-hmm.
If their stance was the ATF needs to
crack down on hangovers?
Not on hangovers. Yeah, yeah, you got my vote. No, that's not true.
Every other agency has like a SWAT team to go in and arrest people that they need to. The ATF, they don't need one because everybody's just hungover.
Yeah.
They just walk in and they're like, you're going to jail. Like, oh.
All right. We are going to plan the...
Ooh, it's
suit
time.
Suit time. We don't do anything for suit time, but it is suit time.
I got to remember to, get a suit.
I'm wearing a Winfield today.
What if the NFL players, they wore suits on the field over their paddings? Pads.
I would like it visually.
Uh-huh.
I don't think it would change anything overall.
It'd be pretty cool. They get all like ripped up and shit, you know. And some of the
I do
offensive
like
linemen, the really big guys, they like come apart at the seams because they're fucking just big monster men.
I do like the idea of the big monster men having all the shredded stuff by the end of the game. That sounds cool.
Kind of hot.
I would be watching the game like less about who is scoring and winning and more about like watching those suits get demolished. But they'd have my Nielsen ratings.
Uh-huh. What are some other additions to the sport that you think is foregoing capes and foregoing other analogies towards comic books and shit like that? What are some things that you would add to the NFL to make it that it would make you want to watch?
Ball has spikes on it.
Ooh, okay. Huh.
Adds some stakes that I feel are missing.
It'd be strange. But okay, that's all you got?
That's the first one.
Okay.
Do you have any? We can go back and forth. I can also tell you my real experience with football.
Sure, what do you got?
I went to one game when I was in college.
College game?
The West Virginia Mountaineers.
I think that's them.
And I went to it because I was like, I'll try this out. I've never cared about football for 1 second in my life, but I'll give it a shot because my friends are going.
I'll give it 300. I'll give it 3,000 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I did. Like, there were a few of those 3,000 seconds where I think I maybe was in the bathroom or something, but most of the 3,000 was that.
Mm-hmm.
And there was nobody commenting on it that I could hear. So it was just watching it, and they do the thing, and then they take a while, and then they do the thing again.
Right.
They all line up in the two lines.
That's true.
And then the guy goes,
so far, so good.
And then he throws it back to the quarterback. He's a fourth of the way back.
Mm-hmm. 1/4 back. Not to be confused with halfback or fullback.
Yeah, and then the girl that I had a crush on was like 2 people over from me.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say 2 people over from the quarterback.
She was way back.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
Like so far back, up in like
150 back.
She was 150 back, and they won the game.
Mm-hmm.
And she was very excited about that.
Did you make out?
No, never with this one. Never did.
Mm.
It's okay.
You don't have to tell yourself that. It's not. You have a hair on your beard too, by the way. So you're a mess.
I'm really
you
sorry, everyone. I'm sorry to you. I'm sorry to my beard. I'm sorry to the girl I had a crush on that I never made out with you.
Maybe if you were on the field making those touchdowns, she would give you the light of the day.
I did get that impression, yes.
Yeah.
That's ultimately why I think we didn't make out, is because I was not a football player.
Yeah.
For the West Virginia Mountaineers, or frankly any team at all.
Mm-hmm.
I was not a fourth of the way back. I was not half of the way back. I did not run back. I didn't do anything back.
Right. Okay.
And I did not get a pat on the back from her.
Word. And so after the game, what did you think? You're like, I'm never going to watch football again?
I had fun doing the wave.
Ooh.
That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I had fun hanging out with the girl I had a crush on.
Mm-hmm.
Not that much fun, though.
Yeah.
And the game itself, they threw the thing around. It didn't have any spikes on it. They didn't have any capes.
Yeah.
That was it for me. You go to them and like them. I know.
Yeah. Well, I've only been to one NFL game or anything about high school football. I've only been to one. The local team here, the Tennessee Titans.
Only one?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just
I
one.
thought you went like semi-regular.
No. It was.
Did they do the wave?
No.
Do you want to do the wave right now?
Sure, I'll start.
Okay. So fun.
And it was fun. It was me and Leia Play's alumni, our very best guest, my current goif, Laura. We went to Laura Feltz. We went together.
Laura Football Feltz.
That's what they call
her. To call her.
Laura Set Hut Feltz.
What do they do when they set?
I really don't know. It's just shit they say. And they say, I'm about to start doing shit. So everybody get ready.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was here in Nashville, and it was like 30 degrees and raining the whole time, but we still had fun. It was just like one of those types of things where it's like, whoa, this is shitty, but it's actually fun.
Yeah.
Because once the game's over, we'll, go to a bar and warm up and drink and shit.
We're wet and cold, and we're watching something boring, but later we'll be at a bar, so this is fun.
It wasn't boring, that's for sure. It was pretty exciting.
Okay.
We were pretty invested.
All right, and I have to ask because I was asked.
Yeah.
Did you make out?
No.
Oh.
No, we didn't. No, that was when we were still beautiful, wonderful friends.
Mm.
So, still a good game. Still a fun time. Yeah, and it's very different from when you watch it on TV. Like you said, there's no announcer.
Mm-hmm.
You just watch them on the field.
Yeah, you don't get to see the Geico lizard.
It's a plus. Commercials have gotten so fucking awful. I mean, I'm okay. Listen, I get it. This is a boomerish thing to say, and I'm sorry. And I'm not a boomer, okay? I'm never gonna be a fucking boomer. But commercials have gotten so bad, they just turn on and it's like twice the volume of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like the advertising strategy these days is let's make it as loud and obnoxious as possible, just to get people to like stop staring at their phones for 2 seconds to even look up at what is annoying them so much, because then they might remember that this shit exists. So it's like every commercial break, that's how it starts.
It's just an explosion.
Yeah.
And then it's about mattresses.
And that's a 2-minute warning. We'll be right back.
Buy a mattress! Buy a goddamn mattress!
Mute. Yeah. So. But yeah, that's football.
Yeah.
I played.
I think we should do an episode about commercials.
Oh yeah, we should. That's a good idea.
And we say that a lot of times, and then we don't. But this one, I mean, we're gonna do all the ones we've said.
Yeah, we have. How many episodes do we have ahead of us in the future? Millions.
7 at least.
Okay, somewhere between those two numbers.
Yeah.
It would be a good idea. It would be a good episode.
I like that one. Yeah. I got a lot of thoughts.
Oh wait, no, I'm gonna wait until you have another sound. I was gonna launch this into the stratosphere, but you have another sound.
I do.
It took me a bit of effort there to.
Well, let me
restrain myself. I should think about commercials. Ooh, very nice. I think we're over the. Yeah. Let's have a quick beat here.
All right. Now, I say that you should launch it, and then you should launch us.
Welcome to Leia Players. This is the part of the podcast where I pitch a podcast idea that might be better than this podcast, potentially. And I will now ask for the removal of the Leia Players filter.
Oh.
I need some clean airspace here.
Oh.
This is gonna be Chopper Cast.
Oh.
That's the idea for this week.
And so we're not. Oh, I like that it has a headlight. That's good for night flying.
You got to see the air traffic control and shit like that.
Oh baby!
Whoa!
Now, longtime fans will remember that this heli chopper was purchased by me for him.
Oh
no! When he successfully completed the 100 fry challenge, and I lost my big bet.
I ate 100 French fries. I gotta get it back.
Mm-hmm. We have a chopper down, and this obviously is chopper cast, so we can't really have it that the chopper is down during chopper cast. Kind of the whole thing is that there's a chopper, so
yeah. Anyways.
Yep. So this is chopper cast. We can see it.
It's kind of hard to get it into the airspace here.
It is a very nice helicopter. I spent about $20 on it. It is down. We have chopper down. Chopper is down. Choppercast, of course, is sponsored by goddamn buy a fucking mattress. Buy a goddamn mattress. Buy it. This is Choppercast. Go to put in promo code CHOPS.
Chaps. Whoa. All right. I need to get a good landing here.
Okay. Why don't you land it right on the fact tube?
All right.
I will clear the runway. Oh.
Boink. On the fact tube.
Yeah. Also, the
pilot
of that helicopter is dead.
Oh yeah, he died a long time ago.
Died many
on the inside.
Many times.
Oof. This thing is zesty. Almost. One more shot.
Yeah.
Sorry. There's some drafts in here. Oh my god.
The Metaphiles remote-controlled helicopter made its first appearance on episode 10, Candy, the two podcasters, featuring Michael Zadler.
Yeah, it did.
Mm-hmm.
That was That was Choppercast.
Yeah, it was.
Think about it.
We'll be right back. Welcome back. Oh.
How you holding up?
You know. Waiting on those normal juices.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, folks. It's segment 2, and it's when we talk about football in the world. And I have an idea for a game, and I'm going to pitch the game to Jay, and we're going to see if Jay is willing to play the game. And here's what the game is, Jay.
What's up?
And you tell me if you're willing to play the game.
I'm ready.
I want us to compete, and we will go back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to say the name of a football team, and it has to be a real one. And you have to say the name of an X-Men, and it has to be a real one. And we'll see who can go longer, because I do not know many of those, and you probably do not know many of those. Are you willing to play this game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just for the viewers.
For the viewers.
Well, solely for their sake, I will play this game.
And because I'm talking about football.
Yeah, you're right.
So you're going to talk about comic books. And
You're
I'm
right.
going to make you do it.
You know, we've mentioned before that podcasting is all about compromising.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Okay, so let's go. I will start. I want to try to say where they are from with everyone.
I'm going to say you don't have to.
I don't have to, but I am going to try.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So, the Philadelphia Eagles.
Mm-hmm. Wolverine.
Mm-hmm. The New York Giants.
Mm-hmm. Toad.
Interesting second one. Yes, he is one. Yes. That is not what most people would have assumed would be the second one you would say.
Original X-Men movie when it first came out.
Uh-huh.
He was in there.
Okay, the Green Bay Packers.
Ooh. Storm.
The Pittsburgh Steelers.
Ooh. I keep. Anyways, Professor X.
You keep what?
Trying to think of his name.
Oh. The Detroit Lions.
Mm-hmm. Cyclops.
The Seattle Seahawks.
Mm.
That one is easy because
Yeah.
it's alliterative.
Yeah, it is. The Juggernaut.
Yeah, him. The Tennessee Titans.
Mm-hmm. What's the time limit here?
Till one of us can't do it.
Okay. Sabretooth.
The New Orleans Saints.
Yeah. Rogue.
The Cleveland Browns.
Uh-huh. Hold on.
Huh? Did you think I was not timing us?
No, I suspect that you have some kind of list
No.
somewhere purposely for the purpose of making me
No.
say as many X-Men as I can.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. This game is 100% on the level.
Okay.
And I'll tell you, if you can't already tell, I'm getting nervous. I'm running out.
I'm right there with you, man.
Okay. It's anybody's game.
Yeah, Mystique.
Uh-huh. The fucking the New England Patriots.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
You're almost out of characters from the movie, which I think is where you are gonna die.
Iron Man? He's not an X-Men, is he? Porcupine.
I'll give you one more life.
What was the guy that turned into a big blob of water on the table? That guy. Blob Man.
Water Blob Man.
Water Blob Man.
That was Senator Kelly. He's not a mutant, though. Not an official X-Men character. I mean, he is, but he's not. He is, but he's not. So, okay, I just got to say one more team name and then I win.
Yeah.
And the team name that's going to make me win is...
the Super Bowl. Super Bowl 58.
Fucking... the Indiana Pacers.
I think it's a basketball team. But we're pretty much obviously basically neck and neck.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you don't...
I like that it went down that way.
Sure.
I don't what?
Sure. Well, you don't hate football like I hate comic books and X-Men and shit like that. And I don't even necessarily really hate it. I just hate that you insist on wanting to talk about it all the time when I just simply don't have the interest at all, but you refuse to honor that and respect that and just just constantly try to get me to talk about it. And that's what I hate.
Well, it's because I'm going to change your mind one day.
You're getting further away from changing my mind every time you try to.
I just got you to say the name of so many X-Men.
Yeah, I hate all of them that much more.
You said Cyclops on our show.
That doesn't mean I hate it. We've said Hitler before.
Yeah, but I enjoyed hearing you say Cyclops.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. The research now. We tied. We tied in the game.
Yeah, yippee.
It's a great result. Okay, these are things that are about American football in the world.
Sure. Also, you know, I know a lot about it. You can ask me any question off the bat.
Sure. What is a touchdown?
Well, you know, I mean, come on. Zach, you know this. Our viewers come to this podcast and watch this podcast every week religiously and have subscribed, and we'll pay a lot of money for our Patreon, which is coming soon, and for our merchandise as well.
And also, we are going to be an official religion soon.
Yes.
We're working that out.
Yeah. Because they rely on us for facts and for knowledge, wisdom, and advice.
And the names of X-Men.
No.
The first football game... The first American football game was played on a date that you know?
Nah.
November the 6th, 1869.
Wow.
First American football. Rutgers versus Princeton.
I didn't know it went that far back.
Those two colleges had decided that they both play American football, and so they got into a line facing each other, and they did it. In 1880, Walter Camp, the father of American football,
Nice fella.
he established the snap, the line of scrimmage, that teams would be 11 players, and that there would be downs.
He just walked in and said, okay, this is what we're going to do here, here, and here, and here. This is my idea, and this is the game from now on.
And then he went home, and everybody was like,
Yeah.
thanks, Daddy.
I mean, that's fun.
Yeah.
No credentials.
Nope.
He was just a guy who was like, yeah, it'd be cool as if...
He's just a guy named Walter who was like,
wow.
Hey, you, the 12th guy, we do not have room. And by the way, when you get tackled, we stop. We stop for a while.
Right. Yeah. Because in the future, there's going to be people on TV going to want to talk about it a lot.
Yeah.
And then they're going to go to commercial.
In 1876, they were like, are we calling this football? Are we just going to do it? Is that what
so we're just going to call it football, huh?
I think we're just going to call it football. And Harvard did not want to. But in 1876, Harvard was like, fine.
Yeah.
We lose.
Fine, we'll drink coffee instead of tea. It's called football.
In 1862, the Oneida Football Club in Boston formed, and that is the oldest football club in the United States. That happened in 1862, and then they waited for 7 years until a game of football got played, and they were not playing it.
They're like,
and actually,
it's fine, just wait.
They disbanded in 1965 because there was not football yet.
Wow.
So they just got together like, it'd be really cool if we could play a game of football, American football, right? 3 years later, they're like, all right, I guess not.
Downer. What a downer.
So then we're back to when Walter Camp invented the snap. And the introduction of the snap resulted in an unexpected consequence. Before the snap, the strategy had been to punt if a scrum resulted in bad field position. Those words mean very little to me. However, a group of Princeton players realized that as the snap was uncontested, they could now hold the ball indefinitely to prevent their opponent from scoring. So in 1881, in a game between Yale and Princeton, both teams did that, and it was a 0-0 game.
Everybody watching was like, are you fucking serious?
And they were like, could we please get Walter Camp on the phone to fix this?
Wow.
In 1905, there were a peak of 19 fatalities in football.
Whoa.
Which resulted in a threat by President Theodore Roosevelt to abolish the game.
Damn.
Unless major changes were made.
Was there spikes on the ball?
There was a peak, and there may have been a spike.
Yeah. Well, they're just probably clonking their noggins.
Clonking their noggins.
Yeah.
We might even bring that back up later. Oh, God.
Noggin status clonked. I don't know. What the fuck is happening?
I don't know. It's crazy that
Well,
in 78 episodes, we have never had one of the mics just decide it was done.
Let's have a yellow flag on the flag tube. The flag tube. Illegal use of mic, defense, 5-yard penalty, repeat first down.
So Teddy Roosevelt was like, you will not play football anymore. And so a bunch of...
It's not because I'm in a wheelchair and I'm jealous. Sorry, Teddy. Love you, buddy.
So everybody got together and they figured out how to change it so that people did not die. And that led to the creation of the National Collegiate Athletic Association, the NCAA, which I know from the covers of old video games that I did not play.
And from being at the college game with the girl who didn't fuck who you wanted to.
That too. Sorry, and so
sorry.
I hate the NCAA. I hate them. The forward pass was not invented in baseball until 1906. I don't even know what they were doing until then, because from what I understand, throwing the ball forward is like the main thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, sounds like it was a lot more like rugby, right? Where they can pass it backwards or laterally to other people. But then, yeah. I don't like teams that that throw it all the time. It's boring. I want to see teams run it. But anyways, I'm going off here. I'm going on a tangent. Fucking.
I don't know if you even realized you were talking for like 5 straight minutes.
Yeah, no, I know. It's all right. It's not live. Just edit it out.
Also in 1906, they decided that the first down would happen at 10 yards instead of 5, which...
Very interesting.
If it was every 5, that seems way too easy.
Yeah, they just march all the way to the other side every single fucking drive.
Yeah, it's basically like call. You get full health like pretty much fucking every time.
Mm-hmm. There's health packets, health packs, just all over the map.
Yeah.
Yeah, you trip over them.
That's something else that I would like in football. I would like football better if there was like obstacles on the course that they had to jump over and stuff like a video game.
Whoa,
make it a little more like
cool.
a platformer video game. There's like a pit with spikes. I want spikes.
Yeah, you're really fixated on the spikes. But yeah, like obstacles, and then instead of having Gatorade on the sidelines, they don't have any.
They have gators. Alligators.
They have alligators on the sidelines, so you want to stay on the field for as long as possible. And also, the Gatorade is on the field, and you have to get to it before you can drink it.
Yeah. Jesus, I would murder a Gatorade right now. Oh, fuck.
I know, man. I know, buddy.
Oh, that sounded really good.
Yeah, I know. We used to work together in a coffee shop, and I remember when you would come in hungover sometimes, you would drink about 5 Gatorades and just sit in the corner.
Yep.
Yeah. Much to the chagrin of our boss, wonderful, lovely boss.
Yeah.
We had.
Well.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Gatorade is life-giving.
Yeah,
when you're hungover.
Really good. Electrolytes. I would be so happy if a bunch of football players came in and poured one over my head right now.
Like, Wow. Yeah.
In November of 1892, there was a game where the Allegheny Athletic Association was playing against the Pittsburgh Athletic Club, and the AAA paid $500, which in 2022 money would be $16,285 to a player. This was the first.
Thanks, Joe Biden. Let's have that on the fact. Or the. We're all fucked up today.
Folks, I am so sorry. This was the first recorded instance of a player being paid to play football. So this person who got paid is technically the first professional football player.
They got paid in salted meats and churned butter.
Yep, definitely.
And textiles from beaver skins.
And the first ever professional football player, Jay, would you like to know his name?
Brett Favre.
No, he was one of the first, but this guy was the first.
What was his name? His
name, Jay, was Pudge Heffelfinger.
Oh my gosh.
His name was Pudge Heffelfinger.
Let's have a picture of old Pudge Heffelfinger on the fact tube. He has like one eye. Pudge Heffelfinger. The great. The legend.
Nice fella.
Nice fella.
Pudge Heffelfinger.
That's so... You can't be serious.
I am. I'm dead serious. It's real. It's real. His name was
Pudge Heffelfinger.
Pudge Heffelfinger. And Pudge Heffelfinger scored the only touchdown in that game, so he was worth every penny of his of his payday. Here's a letter somebody.
Just imagine waking up with that name in the morning every day of your life.
Here's somebody talking about Pudge Heffelfinger. The freshman Heffelfinger was 6 feet 3 inches in height, weighed 210 pounds, and looked like the most demure, gentle, self-effacing individual that could be imagined. His usual posture was head bowed, shoulders stopped, eyes to the ground, with no idea whatever of his marvelous power and nature-given ability to strike terror in his opponents.
It's like the water boy.
Some coach named Knapp. Knapp did everything possible by word and deed to arouse Hef so that he would give all he had in him for the good of the Yale team. Finally, at his wit's end, Nap decided he would try the sight of blood to stir up Hef's dormant bellicose spirit.
Oh my God.
He wrote Hef with pen dipped in blood, which he had obtained from a slaughterhouse. One of the sharpest, strongest of letters, using every reasonable form of expression to get Hef out of his lethargy. Hef, not knowing the nature of the gore, certainly must have been stirred, for the week after receiving the letter, he played the best game of the season against Princeton. And Hef found himself that day, and from then on, was a terror to his opponents.
Oh my God.
So that's the story of Pudge Heffelfinger.
I want to live in that fucking world, you know? Instead, we got, like, the McDonald's app.
Mm-hmm. And Tom Brady.
And Tom Brady and shit like that.
Hi, my name's Tom Brady.
Yeah, exactly. Not Pudge Heffelfinger. Well, Nap, I reckon you could write a letter to Pudge. Hopefully he will start to play with his formidable physical presence. Incredible.
Yeah. So in 1920, the NFL happens. They did it. They began to end bidding wars, to make it so that college players could not play on a professional level.
Huh.
And so that people would stop paying players to leave teams. But I feel like that's not true anymore, right? That's like, well, no, that like their contracts run out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. In 1922, the NFL had kind of already become the big shit in football, but it was not totally, everybody was not really all about the NFL yet. But then in 1925, the NFL gained full legitimacy when Notre Dame was beaten by NFL people, the Pottsville Maroons.
People were just so fucking weird back then, man.
I really wonder if Pudge Heffelfinger played on the Pottsville Maroons.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
American football is also played in Canada, Great Britain, Japan, and Germany. It's like apparently very popular in Germany because they love rules and structure.
Vertrauten.
Australia has 6 teams. Africa has 10 teams. Asia
There's
has
a
12
penalty
teams.
for pass interference on the field, offensive.
Europe has 28 teams. They wanted to point out in this article that
Let's
Antarctica
fight down.
does not have any teams of football.
Who does? Antarctica?
Antarctica, they wanted me to know in the article,
Yeah,
does not have
right.
football teams.
Got it.
You can find out how to get recruited by one. You can find out if it's going to be worth it to do it for you.
Is your name Pudge?
And you can find out other things. The timer is about to go off. I also printed out the full lyrics to the Super Bowl Shuffle so we can get to those in segment 3 if we want to.
Yeah, if we want to.
You got anything else before we go to break?
Yeah. Just a burp.
We'll be right back. Whew. Segment 3. We're back.
Yeah.
Why football?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, right.
I mean,
Well,
you could be drinking tea.
no, you know, it's just competitive, man. We want to fucking see who's better, you know, and that could take such a wide spectrum as lighting a cigarette. Who's better at lighting a cigarette? Then all the way to, like, who's better at becoming president of the United States and in effect the world, you know, or who's better, you know?
Presidential.
Excuse me, I was saying something. Is it Pittsburgh Steelers? Just rambling. What do you got?
The people who are competing to be president, there should still be a vote. But also they should have to run across a field with pits of spikes and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Want to be president? Go ahead.
You want to be president? Do this Mario level that we made happen in real life.
Yeah. Seriously.
It
would fix a lot of things, you know.
I'm going to say something very cynical about football.
Uh-oh.
And this is like podcast Zach talking, sort of. It gives numbskulls a lot to talk about.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you know what? We insulted like basically everyone watching right there with that.
Our audience is not numbskulls. Their skulls are
full of Metaphiles podcast episodes, which is they're doing pretty damn good.
Pretty good.
But yeah, they're but no, it's a completely true observation.
I would like it if two fans of ours like met in a bar or whatever, and they were like, "We really did it this week, huh? Oh boy, we really took it home. The lay players, all the way down the field.
Oh man, yeah."
And when Caffrey said the name Pudge Heffelfinger, goddamn!
I stood up. My wife was like, "Well, you're crazy," but I was like, "Wow."
That's how our fans talked.
Usually I try to get away from the wife. You know, we're all fucking weak. You're with the old ball and chain. You want to be able to watch some Metaphiles. But yeah, that's maybe one day, man.
Maybe.
We'll see.
We would never get to hear it, so it could be happening right now.
So let's assume that it is.
Yeah, I choose to.
I like it. That's good.
Well, I did wonder if we were going to do another installment this episode of Mads About Kroger. We had talked that we were going to, and by we, I mean me and all of our viewers need to see. Want to check in on my progress. And also, I would like to know how Kroger has been treating you since the last time that we did an episode. So we'll do both. Because that is what Mads About Kroger is. It's me practicing my Mads Mikkelsen impression and you talking about how you don't like Kroger. That's what this segment of the show is.
Hell yeah.
So I thought I might read some of the lyrics of the Super Bowl Shuffle as Mads Mikkelsen.
Sure. That should be good.
But you do know that there will be a Kroger check-in as well.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm never short of Kroger bitching.
Okay. I have been practicing a little bit, not much, but a little bit. So here we go. And it's going to take me a second to get good, so just hang in there, everyone. We're the Bears shuffling crew, shuffling on down, doing it for you. We're so bad, we know we're good, blowing your mind like we knew we would. You know you're just strutting for fun, strutting our stuff for everyone. We're not here to start trouble. We're just here to do the Super Bowl shuffle. They call me Sweetness, and I like to dance. Running the ball is like making romance. We've had the goal since training camp to give Chicago a Super Bowl champ. We're not doing this because we're greedy. The Bears are doing it to feed the needy. We didn't come here to look for trouble. We just came to do a Super Bowl shuffle.
I want to hear a regular sentence outside of being a song.
Okay. This is Speedy Willie, and I'm world class. I like running, but I love to get the pass. Oh, you meant a regular sentence by world class. You meant you want to hear Mads Mikkelsen talk and not read lyrics.
Read a note, yeah.
Okay.
Or just say, do you want a line?
Yeah, I need a line. I can't improvise with Mads Mikkelsen yet. Soon. This segment will end when you don't hate Kroger anymore and or I perfect my Mads Mikkelsen impression.
Yes. Okay, I got one. What aisle are the tortillas on?
What aisle are the tortillas on? Tortilla. I need to like...
Tortilla's a hard one. Yeah.
It has a lot of vowel sounds, and the vowels are what I'm like focused on in my listening to interviews with him. I'm trying to click into the vowels because his vowels are where his accent really comes out.
What aisle is the wine on?
What aisle is the wine on?
I think it's right there.
It's getting closer, right?
Yes. It's like the melody, sort of, if you will. Mm-hmm. Which I thought might have been just as
melodious.
As a result of reading the song and saying it as song lyrics, that you were doing a melody kind of thing over it. I think it's like less melodic. Personally.
Interesting. All right. Well, your last note for me was he's not British,
yeah.
Which really, really clicked in for me later. I remembered that you had said that, and I realized I was doing that without meaning to. And so that is like, I've exercised that.
I can tell.
Your new note is...
For sure.
He's less melodious than I think.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so that for the next installment of Mads About Kroger, my half of it, I need to click into his vowels a little bit more than I have, and I need to listen to him to remove melody.
Yes.
Okay. We'll see you next week for my half of Mads About Kroger. We'll see you next week. Or I suppose I should say, we'll see you next week. Jay, how's Kroger treating you?
Well, I got some of their toilet paper and the cardboard.
This is Kroger brand toilet paper?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, is that weird?
No, I'm just making sure this is like Kroger specific.
We can get into a whole toilet paper discussion.
Maybe it's an episode.
But yeah, it should be actually. The cardboard tube inside, it just spins around.
It spins around inside of the...
Yeah, it doesn't hold on to the fucking paper.
Ridiculous.
I get the worst of it coming in and going out.
I was going to say the exact same thing. They're getting neither side of the operation correct.
Yeah, so.
All right. Well, that's been Mads About Kroger.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't have a logo. It's just...
Yeah.
It doesn't. So we'll check back in with that next week. Why football? Why do you like it, idiot?
I like it because I grew up watching it. It's always had a bit of a nostalgia thing. My brother liked it a lot more than me in the beginning, starting out when we were kids, and that got me more into it.
It was something to do with him.
Yeah. And when I was like...
See, my brother...
Later in life.
My brother liked comic books.
Whoa. He's the problem.
Yeah, you should yell at him next time you see him.
But yeah, no, later in life I actually started watching it and enjoying it more. And I think there's a nostalgia factor in there, for that.
Yeah.
And overall, as the man I am now, it's just
the man I am now likes to watch football. La 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 la. Remember we used to sing that song every week?
It's cool because it's like a violent type of competition, right? They're like running as fast as they fucking can to slam into another person head first if they have to.
Yeah, to slam their head into the other head.
Yeah.
And get concussions and have brain damage.
That just makes it exciting. I'm sorry, but it does. Like it's extremely physical. It's the most like physically violent sport.
Yeah.
So that makes it exciting. Mix that with the other side of it being like I said earlier, like one of the most complicated sports, and everything that's going on, everything to consider, all the factors and variables. It's one of the most, if not the most complicated sports. So that's like a cool.
I know you to be somebody who enjoys things that are that have a high level of complexity.
Checkers, stuff like that.
Yep, the lottery.
Mm-hmm.
No, like poker and stuff. It does seem like nostalgia probably plays a huge factor in any football fan's fandom. I doubt it that anybody like becomes a football fan in their 20s for the first time ever.
I did that with baseball, actually. But I wasn't a super huge fan. I just watched for a couple seasons. And that was just more about the fact that I didn't know much about it. So that was interesting to learn about it. But, yeah, and also football coalesces with the holidays, which, makes...
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
You watch it on Thanksgiving and then take a nap and you don't have to talk to your family anymore for a while.
You just have to talk to old Pudge Fingal Heffelfinger.
That's right. Pudge Heffelfinger. That name is one of the greatest things that's ever happened to this podcast.
I'm soaring right now.
Yeah.
Frankly.
When I read that name to you, that's the most normal juices I felt this whole time.
We did it. The normal juices are flowing.
They were for that. I want him to have like a memorial plaque or something.
Sure. Well, right here on the fact sheet.
Let's do it. And it says, Pudge, here lies Pudge Heffelfinger. He made Zach feel less hungover for a second. And that's what you just read that it said.
Thanks, Pudge.
Thanks, Pudge. Yeah.
But
the football should bounce. That's another thing I'm going to add to the game.
It doesn't bounce right.
It should bounce like a basketball does.
So the football should be round, but somehow still throwable, basically.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it can stay the same oblong shape that it is. Just make it bounce.
Just make it bounce right.
And it would bounce all fucked up, and that's fun, too.
Oh, so it already bounces, man.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
A football doesn't
When a football
bounce.
punt comes down, hits the turf, it goes up another 15 feet after it bounces.
But not like how a basketball bounces.
A basketball would bounce slightly higher.
You can't dribble a football.
Only because it's not round. If it wasn't the fucked up shape it was, you could dribble it all day. Yeah. I'm telling you, man.
I mean, I have to trust you, but I kind of don't. So where's that leave me?
Just like normal, just normal podcast life.
Well, I think you should dribble the football. That's what I think. Okay. I think you dribble a football, which has spikes on it, but it still bounces. And there's also spikes in the ground, and there's alligators on the side.
And soon there will be more normal person juice.
Yeah, and every player has to have a fun name.
Uh-huh.
That makes me laugh. Tom Brady. That's not funny.
No, it's definitely not.
Eli Manning. I am not laughing at all.
Yeah.
Peyton is like close.
No. Nah, I'm trying to think of funny football names, but no.
There's that guy who plays what other people would call football, and his name's like Meta World Peace. That's kind of funny. It says meta in it. I like that.
Who's that?
Some soccer player. His name's Meta World Peace. Wow. You never heard that?
No.
I knew a sports thing Jay didn't know. Can you fucking believe it?
The sports... It's fun to come up with very complicated ways for us to pit ourselves against each other.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, it's more interesting than two guys just stand next to each other and punch each other in the head. It's more interesting than that, for sure.
Yeah. It probes, it tests different abilities, certainly.
I think football, my problem is, I think they almost made it too interesting. To where I am now bored.
Wow.
Here's the list of sports.
I think that's a John Madden quote.
I would watch in order.
What do you got?
Hockey. I would go to a hockey game. I think I would have a good time.
They're fun.
All the rest of these, I'm not going to do it live.
All right.
Basketball next. That ball bounces a lot.
You're right.
I love it.
It bounces a lot.
Baseball, because baseball knows what speed it's operating at, and it stays consistent.
Baseball is interesting how chill it is.
Yeah.
Everybody's just standing around like...
It would never happen now. Nobody would invent baseball now. It's too slow. But that's good.
Yeah. We get all these zoomies, you know.
Yeah. No Zoomer is going to invent baseball.
Yeah.
It will never happen.
With their TikTok brains.
Yeah. They would invent baseball and have there be like so much more dancing in it. And I don't want to see that.
It's true.
And then like all the other ones and then football. Highlight is good.
Word.
All right, I'm done. Sorry.
You're just being cantankerous, really.
Yeah. That's my job on this episode is
You're
to
right.
be the shithead.
Well, what differentiates for you football from the others which preceded in that list?
It's the starting and stopping.
Yeah. Okay.
It's that you're spending so long having them get into the line. Then the guy goes, huh, 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 and then he throws it back, and then they're getting in a line again already. It's like, you just did that. Just stay in the line. How about that? Why don't they just stay in the line?
Interesting.
That's another improvement. So the ball now bounces, has spikes. There is, it's a Mario level. There's alligators on the side, and they stay in the line, and the line just moves.
So, I guess why football is the iteration of competitive sport, which is predicated and founded on the priority of analyzing it and being analytical, as granular as possible. You know, divisioned, you know.
Yeah.
So small as a sport and as far as what actually occurs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you did that with a basketball game or a hockey game, you know, the broadcast, if you stopped in the same amount of time, like the broadcast would last, you know, like 10 hours or something.
So long.
Right?
They bounce the ball 3 times and then just pause.
Yeah, like one player hits the puck and they're like, whoa, let's look at the replay here. You know?
So, they'll refer to certain comedians as like he's a comics comic.
Sure.
Which means you got to really like know the game
it's inside
to see
football.
what this guy's going.
Inside baseball, yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Is football the sports fans' sport?
Mm-hmm.
You got to like really like sports a lot, and here's a sport where it's like we like this sport so much that we're going to talk about what the sport is as the sport's happening.
I don't know.
Is football the sports fans' sport?
You know what? I honestly don't think so, because it's definitely more of an everyman. Like, you can't deny the everyman appeal of football. So I think what you're talking about is like, it's just too unique to be able to say that about it. In the realm of sports, I really think it's just like so unique. And there's not many analogs except maybe like rugby, which even from that, it's just so fucking different. But it's just its own successful iteration of competition. For whatever reason, it just maybe you could be saying this about any other sport too, but they're more regional specific, right? Anyways,
the timer has gone off, so we gotta do our work.
So that answered why football. I'm satisfied with that. Like, I'm not going to summarize it, can't summarize it, but yeah.
Seemed fine to me. I don't care about football at all. It's in parade purgatory.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I just don't care.
Well, what's the next order of business that we always do anyways?
We never do them in any specific order.
Oh, right. What's the villain football? I would say soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, football, like, is... So, okay, I'm going to go to Superman for a second. Sorry, it's a comic book thing. I don't even read Superman comics, really. But there's Superman, and then there's Bizarro Superman. And his thing is he looks like Superman, except fucked up. And he's like
when he leaves,
opposite.
he says hi.
He's that kind of guy. He does things opposite. Comics were very dumb in the 50s.
Mm-hmm.
So he's the opposite guy. Football's like Bizarro soccer. It's like it grew out of it, and it looks like it, but it's all fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Word. So yeah, that's the villain. The lesson, I have no idea of a lesson. Probably don't drink so much the night before your podcast recording. This probably is the lesson.
That's the lesson. Yes.
Hope I did okay this ep. Felt like I was alright.
You totally did, man. You totally did.
So yeah, next time.
That's the lesson. It's true, and
Great.
people need to hear it and they need to learn it.
Yeah.
You know, we're trying to improve public health.
Mm-hmm. For podcasters.
Yeah. For me, Pinewood Lanes.
Huh?
Pinewood Lanes for me.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. It's so fun to watch. Yeah.
Okay. The twist. The twist is it's coin time.
That's the twist.
It's coin time and
Footballs.
one football.
One football.
Just one.
That's fair.
And it bounces once.
What do you got? You got a twist?
The twist is that inside of the football is candy.
Okay. That's a good twist. For every NFL game
Yeah.
that you've watched, inside of that football has been candy, and whichever team wins, they get to take it to the locker room and eat the candy.
Yeah. So from now on, when you watch football, just remember inside of there is candy.
It's candy. Dum-Dums and little strawberry guys and Tootsie Rolls.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic twist.
Great.
There's no doubt about it.
Great. Okay.
Well,
Well,
yeah.
This has been fun. I feel a slight uptick in my normal juices. I wouldn't say I'm fully normal,
That's good.
but I'm normaler than I was. What do you?
You seem normaler.
Thanks.
Normal's great.
Pudge Heffelfinger really helped me out a lot.
Just a really great thing to happen to anybody to just discover that guy.
Yeah.
Really great thing.
I'm glad that I could share that gift with everyone.
Thank you. I just have to, before we say our usual thing, this podcast is copyrighted by the Metaphiles for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent, without the Metaphiles' consent, is prohibited. This is part of South I say.
I loved that. Do you think that we, like, football, did we do enough football things?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't feel like we're going to, you're not walking from the episode being like, we didn't even mention referees or anything. Like,
You know what? Maybe we'll do football too if we have to.
I doubt it. This is part of the sign off that I
This is part of South I'm saying.
Metaphiles.
Hello there. It's almost the end of the show, but not quite. I'm Zach Caffrey,
I'm Jason Ford.
and you just watched the episode of Metaphiles that you watched, and now you're seeing this, and it's the part where we say, it's like us, subscribe to us, comment about it,
Get on our shit.
get on it, build a little community with us. You're all a part of it. It's a nice little world we have here.
It's just a big ball of liking and subscribing and comments.
And it's wonderful to do. And you like doing it. You do.
You do.
You do.
Yeah, you do.
And this week, why not make a comment about bye.
Bye-bye.
Metaphiles.